All right, motion to hear the agenda on our meeting.
Move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes of the March 11th, 25 board meeting.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Set time and date for public hearing on the 2025-26 budget. We talked about doing an evening meeting, so 6 or 7 o'clock.
So when are you gonna do it for? On the 26th or the 8th, and the 8th. My meeting in Eldon starts at 5:30.
So we can do a 7.
Or do we want to just pick it a different day?
I
We can do
have,
7 o'clock, I don't care.
I have a Board of Health on April 8th
Okay.
at evening.
Well, you guys pick. I have a training on that day in Cedar Rapids, election training. Unless we just plan it for the 15th, like for, do it on the 15th. Okay. Well, in the evening I could. What time? I do like 7 on the 15th.
7 o'clock on the 15th.
Good work.
7 o'clock on the 15th.
Okay. So that's your motion?
Can I provide some input?
Yes.
Our DOT budgets are still requested prior to April 15th.
Oh, cool. Well, not 15th then.
So I guess we could do that separately and then also approve it as part of the county budget. But I'd like to try at least address.
Or we can do your DOT budget at our meeting and then on the morning of the 8th,
I would prefer that, yes.
and then we'll do the other one on the 15th.
That work.
Yeah,
You
so
said 7 o'clock?
our small part on the 15th, well, not that small, but perfect.
So we'll do the DOT budget on the 8th.
So we'll just have 3 meetings in a row then, basically.
And then on the 15th, do the public hearing for the county budget
At 7 o'clock.
at 7 o'clock. All right, so the motion is for the public hearing at 7 PM on April 15th for the budget. Brian's
You
making
already
the,
made it?
I'll make it.
Brian's
I'll
motion.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 4, Flying High Sculpture and Landscaping Project.
I am gonna make a motion to approve
And I'll second.
with the
This-
funds coming out of local option sales tax.
And this is $5,000, correct?
At a loss, yes.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Miranda or Brad, if either one of you checked on that cable on that bridge, do you even know about it? A utility company has looped a cable across the walk bridge. It's just dangling.
Yeah, and I didn't know who they should contact. I kind of told them maybe contact the city, see if they know.
Well, the walk bridge is ours, so
Right,
some utility company just hung it there, so.
but I don't know that they've gotten any permits or anything to go see there.
Nope, not that I'm aware of, till I checked, so. Maybe fine time. All right, number 6, transfer refunds to the county conservation campground fund.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Set date and time for public hearing to vacate a section of River Road. You got something on that?
Yes.
Just basically some excess right of way at an intersection, bring it back to a traditional intersection configurations.
Do you know where that's at? What the exact location?
River Road and 120th, it was done, they changed that intersection. Instead of making a curve, it came to a
A
T
T.
intersection. And the neighbor Tony Rao kind of asked to have that right away closed and vacated, so then he has more
Ground.
clearing to build a house is kind of what he wants to do. It was not closed and vacated at the time that they did that road, so this is kind of cleaning up.
Cleaning up the
Yes.
previous mess, which seemed to be doing a lot, cleaning up previous messes. Okay,
Hey Miranda, have you already sent your notice to be published?
No, I will. I wanted to make sure I knew the time for sure before I
Set it back to the 9:30,
9:30, okay.
since we're gonna hold our budget meeting on the 15th.
Okay, I'll send that out today, thank you.
so do we have a time and a date and time then?
April 8th at 9:30.
April 8th, 9:30.
I'll make that motion to set that date and time.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, resolution 11-2025, assign a county-held tax sales certificate and abate certain taxes.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the resolution.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, replacement of eyeglasses for a jail staff member. It's in the collective bargaining agreement, I think it's for $150.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I've had that happen too. Had them in my pocket and had to tackle them on the ground and broke them. Alright. Number 10, joint law enforcement center agreement between Wapello County and the city of Ottumwa. This is an agreement they had back when they built the jail, but apparently the city's never paid their portion since we built the jail. So now and the prices were 50 cents a foot, and obviously 50 cents a foot in 2000 is not 2024, so they increased it to $2, I think, so.
No, it's not.
It's,
That's-
well, it's not, that's a separate, so the 50 cents stays in the contract, and it's gonna go into a fund that will accrue for any large, hopefully we always have something large, there's always something large at the jail, there's never been anything minor. And then that fund is something they'll have to pay every year, is it
Well, it
December?
was supposed to transfer it into a capital project fund, but the dollar amount's not
Well,
specified in here.
The dollar amounts can't, they took the dollar amounts out, only the 50 cents stays. That way if it changes, they won't have to change this, so. Every year they have to agree to a dollar amount at the September, is it September meeting you meet at?
For the
Kelly.
budget meeting.
Because you're on that board, right?
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna plan on meeting, I guess. I'm assuming it's before we get working
It
on our budget.
says in here
I
somewhere.
think it
I
says
think it's due by
December.
December.
Yeah.
Which will be a good deal, because actually, the jail is 90% full of city criminals, so. All right, so we need a motion to approve that.
I'll move to approve the agreement.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, request payroll approval for new conservation tech.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You found a new one, right?
She's been working for Madison County for 2 years, and she also worked for Marion County and deputy volunteer in law enforcement with Taco Raceway. So she's got some experience dealing with the public.
All right, and next one is requested change employment operation to a new operations supervisor with the retirement of Paul, who did 46 years for conservation. That's moving Mike McCall, correct?
And he's been employed for like 7 years now. So it's just basically, moving somebody up that kind of knows everything we do.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And he comes with Menards discount.
What?
He said he gives a Menards discount.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's
maybe
an
not.
employee,
He's gonna
that's
work too much now.
All right, any other business? We have the treasurer's investment report.
Do we need a motion?
Yeah, we do.
Accept, yep. Motion to accept treasurer's report?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else have anything to say?
I do.
I'm Jared.
Good morning, guys. I just thought this was a good opportunity. I know you guys are going through making some tough decisions with the budget. I wanted to, within these hard decisions, it's hard to say what the state will do in the future. And, I don't want to really get into politics of that. So whatever, the state decides to do, but I can offer, or at least remind you guys that, based on the economic impact study that we did for the Black Maple project, it's going to bring in over $85 million for the county, for Taylor County. And that's a 400 megawatt project. This project will be 200 megawatts. So you can essentially cut that in half. And you're looking at, 40 some million dollars over the life of the project. And that, that's going to be, for the lifespan of the project at 30 years, you're looking between $1 million, $2 million a year annually for just for Wapello County. That's not including the other taxing entities that would receive money from, like the community college would also, that's separate from that fund. So I just thought, that was a good time. I know it's a ways away, but it is something I think to consider for the future. So maybe can alleviate some of these tough decisions, that you guys may or may not need to make in the future. And that being said, we're still on our timeline. We are still getting a lot of pressure to get moving. I know you guys the ordinance is working on. There's a meeting, it looks like on the 14th, to discuss the ordinance. I know there's been some discussion about a possible work session to give the firm that's working on it some guidance. We feel like that would be a good idea to help maybe speed things up a little bit. This isn't reinventing the wheel. There are, a third of the counties in Iowa have wind turbines in them. So we just would like you guys to consider that as an option, so we can get everyone on the same page and hopefully get it moving faster, and that keeps the project viable in our company's terms. So that's it for me, unless you guys have any questions. Nope. Thanks, guys.
Miranda, I did contact the consulting company, and they were supposed to get back to me on some samples, and I haven't seen that yet, so.
Yeah, so
Just-
they're looking at having a joint work session with the Board of Supervisors and the City Commission on that April 14th meeting,
Oh,
is kind of what we're looking at. They will be sending a survey out to the commission and Board of Supervisors to kind of get a gauge what you guys think is important before that meeting, and then we'll kind of talk about that at that work session.
What time is that work session?
April 14th
At what time?
at 5:30. It's a night meeting.
And that will be open to the public.
It will be a
It's a work session.
We will be there to take any questions from you guys or anyone else as well.
What time, Miranda?
5:30 p.m.
It's a Monday, so.
Yep. That's generally the second Monday of the month is when our zoning commission meets if we have agenda items. And we are still watching the House Senate file. They're still working on that at the state level. So if that goes through, then that will kind of dictate a lot of things that's going to happen at the county level.
I think it's very unlikely that that's going to happen this year.
I can't go, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other business? Entertain a motion to adjourn then.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I
Thank you, everyone.